Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to your regular cricket show, Cricket Happenings, with your host Ram. And in this part of the cricket show, well, I'm having a sort of, right now, my throat is a bit sore, and cricket is very dear to me, and that's the reason I keep coming at you because of your tremendous support to this cricket show. Well, as far as today is concerned, so you'll see my enthusiasm might be lacking a bit, so please bear with me. My throat is absolutely sore today, but I love to do this cricket show, whatever be the case. Well, as far as today's cricket show is concerned, three matches, nothing that I could really report about, but one match that I would definitely like to dwell a lot is the match which I was talking about yesterday, that what a final day it is going to be, whether it is going to be West Indies who are going to go ahead and win the match, or is it going to be James Anderson, who has already, in this particular today on the final day, he had that proud distinction of becoming the highest wicket taker for England in Test matches, as he overtook the Ian Botham's record of 383 wickets. He now stands at 384 wickets and is the highest wicket taker in English cricket history. So congratulations to him. But well, probably Anderson would have thought that he has taken, he has gone past Botham and England would be winning the match. But let me tell you something here, that England, in fact, it was something which was really, I would say, which was done, something special that happened with Jason Holder. As you will all remember that he made his debut in the World Cup as the captain of the West Indies cricket team, and here he was playing at number 8. He went on to score a match-saving century by getting support from Dinesh Ramdin and also from Kemar Roach, the tail-ender. What he did is they went on to save the match because of Jason Holder's match-saving knock of 103 runs, unbeaten 103 runs. I'm told this was his maiden century in first-class cricket. So he has never scored even a century in first-class cricket, and here he is walking in and scoring in. He came at such a crucial time. He stonewalled and also played some classic strokes, and what a sight for him. A maiden first-class century. He has never scored a century in his any of the domestic matches there. And Jason Holder was the man who saved the West Indies as this match ended in a draw. It was tight, no doubt about it. Definitely I will be talking about that. But what a knock here. West Indies saving the first Test match against England and the match ending in a draw. The whole day was played without any interruptions, and Jason Holder saved this for the West Indies. So the first Test has ended in a draw. The next thing that I'll be looking at is the first one-day international, which was played between Bangladesh and Pakistan. As you know, Pakistan yesterday, as I told you, for the first time they were playing without Misbah-ul Haq and Shahid Afridi, who have retired, and well, that definitely told the story because Bangladesh, now what they did is back in 1999 they had upset Pakistan in the World Cup, as you would remember, and now today Bangladesh actually won the first one-day international against Pakistan without Misbah-ul Haq and Shahid Afridi. It truly reflected that, as Bangladesh ran up a huge score. In fact, Bangladesh went on to a record score. This was the highest score ever in one-day internationals of 329 for 6 of their 50 overs. And for Pakistan, it was always going to be a stiff task, and it definitely reflected. Azhar Ali was on his first Test as the captain of the Pakistan team, and well, he definitely played a very good knock of 72. He was well supported by Mohammad Rizwan, who was making his debut, who scored 67 of 58 balls with 8 fours. But that was it. Pakistan were all out for 250, and Bangladesh registering a victory over Pakistan after 16 years. So after 16 years, Pakistan have lost to Bangladesh. The last time that happened was in 1999 when Pakistan were beaten by Bangladesh in the World Cup. But here Bangladesh won against Pakistan, and it's after a gap of 16 years that Bangladesh have won a one-day international match against Pakistan. So congratulations to Bangladesh. And I thought Pakistan have a lot of soul searching to do, no doubt about it. So that is something that I will look at. And then there is also the 12th match of the Indian Premier League between Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings was played today at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. And for the home crowd, it was a great disappointment as Mumbai Indians lost their 4th consecutive match here, as even though they struggled initially, but thanks to Kieron Pollard, who smashed it all round along with Rohit Sharma and Ambati Rayudu, they went on to 183 for 7 of their 20 overs, which was a challenging score, one could say. But Chennai Super Kings, in fact, they had a whirlwind start from the Chennai Super Kings openers, Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum, as they smashed 109 runs of only 7.2 overs, and in the power play, I'm told it was the second largest, the most runs scored in the power play, the second most runs scored in the power play, and Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum were really thrashing it around. They smoked boundaries and sixes at will, and they went on to 109 run partnership. And after that, Suresh Raina played a good hand, and finally it was Chennai Super Kings who were the victors when Dwayne Bravo completed the formalities in the 17th over by reeling off a lot of boundaries and sixes, and that was all over. So Mumbai Indians are having a very, very tough time here in the Indian Premier League 2015. They have lost all the matches they have played in the Indian Premier League 2015. Well, dear fans and subscribers, as I said, most of the concentration on this Cricket Happening show would be centered around the West Indies and England. So today was the final day of this first test match between England and West Indies, which was played at North Sound in Antigua, and West Indies were the ones who were 340 runs behind, as you know, overnight, and they had Shivnarine Chandrapal and it was I think Marlon Samuels in the middle. It all started with it was Devon Smith. I'm sorry, there were only 2 wickets gone, and they had Smith and Samuels in the middle. Well, Smith and Samuels, Devon Smith and Marlon Samuels were in the middle, and they took on the score by pushing and prodding, and West Indies definitely decided that the only way that they can, if at all they want to save the match, they have to really push and prod, and that's what they precisely did. But credit to the West Indies for doing so. It was not easy to bat on, and I thought the West Indian batsmen deserve due credit for a wonderful performance. In fact, it was Devon Smith who continued in the similar way like yesterday, trying to really grind the bowling attack, and the other end Marlon Samuels was hitting a few boundaries and sixes, and both were pushing the score along, and they have pushed the score on to 119. And it was slow going, but it was nevertheless that was the order of the day. If at all they wanted to save the match, and things were going on pretty well at that particular stage, and that was the time James Anderson was summoned into the bowling attack. He had the new cherry in his hand, and with the new cherry, not the new cherry, sorry, it was still the old cherry, and it was James Anderson who equalled Ian Botham's record by picking up that wicket, as he had Samuels playing the ball to gully, where he was snapped up by Treadwell, and he was gone for 23 with 1 4 and 2 sixes. So that made the score 119 for 3 when Samuels was out. In fact, before that, Devon Smith, who had actually done all the hard work, he was not getting tempted. He was really eschewing his strokes, and he was really playing according to the needs of the game. But James Treadwell actually tempted him into doing something rash, and for a long period we saw that Devon Smith was very quiet, and that was the way to go. but Devon Smith probably feeling a bit, probably feeling that he's getting too bogged down. He came down the pitch to Treadwell. It only resulted in a catch to balance. He was gone for 65 with 8 fours, which made it 119 for 3. And then Samuels was taken by the gully fielder Treadwell of the bowling of Anderson, with Anderson getting level with Sir Ian Botham's record of 383 Test wickets, and that made it 127 for 4. And it looked like West Indies were going to find it very, very difficult now to save the match. Well, at that time we had Shivnarayan Chandrapal in the middle, and he was joined in by Jermaine Blackwood. So it was the same pair which was there in the previous first innings too, which did a rescue job. But Chandrapal was definitely the hope, no doubt about it. And for England, they would have thought that if they could get Shivnarayan Chandrapal, that would definitely, because one man who could have definitely taken this match till the end would have been Chandrapal with some support. But very unfortunately, I would say, it was a ball which was from Joe Root, where Chandrapal was trapped LBW. Chandrapal reviewed it to no avail, and he was walking back to the pavilion dejectedly, as he was the sole hope, and he was also gone. LBW bowled Joe Root for 13 with 1 boundary and 155 for 5. It was almost, one would have said that almost things are over, it's all over, and England are definitely going to win the match. But after that, that was the first session. So once the first session was over, we saw that Blackwood was joined in by the captain, Dinesh Ramadhan, and both started resuming after lunch. But then Blackwood was a goner, as Blackwood, also another person who, in the same way as Devon Smith, had really guarded his wicket well, played in the right way. But suddenly we saw that Blackwood also, in a similar way, like playing a horrid stroke, one could say, like what Devon Smith did, he also tried to leave his crease, and that resulted in he getting caught. Butler bowled Jordan for 31 with 4 fours, but this partnership took on to 189 for 6, and now things were really looking bleak. But the only one hope was that Dinesh Ramadhan, the wicketkeeper, was still there at the crease, and Jason Holder slowly joined him. Once Jason Holder and Dinesh Ramadhan joined, and then we saw there was a real transformation in the game from 189 for 6. 189 for 6, all was lost for England. It was just a matter of time when England are going to win the match. And after that, as I said, what transformed was simply bet taking, because after in that particular session, what Dinesh Ramadhan and Jason Holder did was to hold the innings together, keep the bowlers at bay, and even though the new cherry was the cherry was new, well, it didn't matter, as Ramadhan and Holder stuck it together, played with some good technique, very good compact defense, tight defense, and they didn't allow the England bowlers to penetrate, and they started frustrating the English bowlers by taking it to the tea session, where they had just lost 1 wicket of Blackwood, and that was a job well done by Jason Holder and Dinesh Ramadhan. Then Dinesh Ramadhan and Holder knew that they had a really very improbable task to perform of seeing off the final session, and this all started with the final session being resumed. And by the time, and also let me tell you, we saw that Jason Holder and Ramadhan was not even afraid to play their strokes. If at all they were getting any balls which were in their scoring areas, they really used to go full tilt at it, and also showing some impregnable defense there. And they were doing what Chandrapal would have done, and slowly, and after tea, there was success for England, and that success was a big success, as James Anderson took his 384th Test wicket to surpass Ian Botham as England's highest Test wicket taker here, as he went on to 384 wickets. Dinesh Ramadhan was a victim, as he shaped to play a shot. The ball was actually nipping away from him, and Dinesh Ramadhan actually nicked it into the hands of Cook in the slips, and the West Indian captain was walking back after making 57 with 9 fours, but not before putting up a gallant partnership which added 105 valuable runs, I thought. And now it was really looking very difficult, Jason Holder was there. Well, he was looking good. He was really, I would say, showing extreme maturity at this young age, at the age of 23, and he was really playing with some very good technique. He was really guarding his wicket very well, as we saw Kemar Roach walk in. Now, there were a lot of overs left. If you see, there were 18 overs left when the tailender Kemar Roach walked in to join Jason Holder. And Jason Holder, well, he continued to do that well. He continued to garner the strike, giving Kemar Roach less of the strike. But Kemar Roach was also pretty equal to the task. And now England would have thought that, yes, now they have only the tailenders to pick up. But let me tell you, after that, it was a totally frustrating thing for England. They tried whatever they could. The edges and nicks were not going to hand. There were some appeals turned down, and it was something that England would have not believed at all, because Kemar Roach dug in there along with Jason Holder, giving him tremendous support, and in the process, not only did he give him tremendous support and saved the match for West Indies, but in the process, Jason Holder could reach his maiden century. As I said, he has never made a first-class century in West Indies cricket, and here he comes here and plays a match-saving knock to score an unbeaten 103 with 15 fours. He was not out on 103 of 15 fours. What a knock from Jason Holder, a match-saving knock, and this shows that Jason Holder is a great choice now in the future, and I won't be surprised if Jason Holder takes the reins as a Test captain too, because he definitely has it in him to show what he's capable of. Already in the World Cup he has proved himself, and now he comes here in the Test match to be a match-saving knock, and I think he should be touted as the future Test captain of West Indies too. But not taking any credit away from Dinesh Ramdin, also did a fine job. And look at Kemar Roach. I mean, we all look at Jason Holder, but also, and look at the partnership from 294, when all the mandatory overs were bowled out, the 20 mandatory overs, the score read 350 for 7, and when the 2 balls remaining, it was Alistair Cook who decided to call off, because he knew there was nothing in there. That was the last over, 2 more balls were left. He decided to call off the match, as Jason Holder finished an unbeaten 103, 15 fours. Look at Kemar Roach knock. I mean, nobody could really say that it was Kemar Roach who batted 15. He only made 15 runs with 2 fours, but he occupied 55 balls. That shows the grit, that shows the determination, and this is what I think the new coach Phil Simmons, who has left Ireland and joined West Indies, has brought into the mix. He said the other day that we will see what West Indies can do. Yes, Mr. Phil Simmons, they did that. They saved the match. Jason Holder was the man of the match, no doubt about it. It's a 3-match series. Now it's at 0-0. What a match-saving knock. It will go down as one of the great knocks as far as West Indies cricket is concerned. And this man, Jason Holder, he has his head above the shoulders, I suppose. He's such a good head up on his shoulders, and he is someone who can be touted as a future captain. Well, Anderson, congratulations to him. The highest wicket taker in English cricket history with 384. So Ian Botham's record has finally been broken. 2 for 72 for him, 1 for 61 Broad, 1 for 93 Jordan. So I'm not going to go into any detail here. The match was drawn. What a wonderful performance from West Indies and Jason Holder there. Okay, let's now I'm going to skim through the surface as far as the other 2 matches are concerned. The first ODI, as I said, Bangladesh batted first, and they racked up 329 for 6 of 50 overs. Tamim Iqbal went on to make a century. What a knock it was. 132 of 135 balls, 15 fours and 3 sixes. Mushfiqur Rahim was the man who really turned on the innings for the Bangladeshis, as he went on to the 3rd fastest 100 by a Bangladeshi batsman in one-day international cricket, as Mushfiqur Rahim made 106 of 77 deliveries with 13 fours and 2 sixes, and his century came off just 69 balls. Soumya Sarkar was impressive in his knock of 20 of 36 balls, 3 fours, 5 from the bat of Mohammedullah, 31 coming in from Shakib Al Hasan, tonking 31 of 27 balls with 4 fours. Sabir Rahman, 15 of 7 balls, 1 4 and 1 6, and 329 for 6. As I said, this was the highest ever score by Bangladesh in a one-day international history. And the bowling, Junaid Khan 10 overs, none for 53, Rahat Ali 1 for 56, Wahab Riaz was the most successful bowler, 4 wickets for 59 runs. But look at what Saeed Ajmal got, Saeed Ajmal coming back into the Pakistan team had its figures absolutely rearranged, as Mushfiqur Rahim was the one who really went after him and tonked him a lot. As Saeed Ajmal finished with some dismal figures, I thought it was his worst bowling figures in 10 overs with a remodeled bowling action. His 10 overs cost him 74 runs, was taken to the cleaners. Saad Naseem 4 overs none for 31. Was making his debut today, the left arm, the leg spinner. Haris Sohail 3 overs none for 31 and Azhar Ali none for 17. As far as for Pakistan, as you know, Azhar Ali was in his first test as captain, so he decided to open with Sarfraz Ahmed, and Azhar Ali, I thought he did a good job there by contributing 72 of, it was the highest scorer with 72 of 73 balls with 7 fours. Sarfraz Ahmed was out for 24 of 31 balls with 3 fours. Hafiz was run out for 4 of 7 balls with 1 4. Haris Sohail contributed in a very good way, 51 of 64 balls, 4 4 1 6. But the man who was really impressive, according to me, was Mohammad Rizwan. And also one more thing that I would like to talk about the Bangladeshi innings here. They put on the highest ever partnership also in one-day internationals, which was the highest for any wicket for Bangladesh, and that was 177 runs, which was put up by Tamim Iqbal and Mushfiqur Rahim. And in the last 30 overs, Bangladesh added 262 runs. So that really tells you the way the Bangladeshis played. So Bangladesh really giving it to Pakistan there. And Mohammad Rizwan, very impressive on his one-day international debut. In fact, the very first 3 balls that he faced in international cricket were sent for boundaries. One was creamed through extra cover. That was a back foot punch. After that, he actually played one through third man and then flicked through mid-wicket. 3 fours on the trot for Mohammad Rizwan on his debut. Looks to be a very compact batsman. But he did a very good turn for himself, contributing 67 of 58 deliveries with 8 well-hit fours. And then Saad Naseem on his debut was also making his debut today in one-day internationals. He was out for a golden duck. He was out for a duck. It was clean bowled by Arafat Sunny's arm ball. He was gone. Fawad Alam, who much could have been expected from him, but the task was too onerous to really perform. And Fawad Alam was out for 14 of 19 balls with 1 4. And then we had a phone number with Nasim out for 0, Wahab Riaz out for 8, Saeed Ajmal for naught, Junaid Khan naught, and it was all over. The Bangladeshis were all over the Pakistanis, as Pakistan were all out for 250. And I think after the retirement of Misbah ul Haq, cool as a cucumber captain, and also the retirement of Shahid Afridi, it looked like Pakistan have a lot to do with their youngsters. Now, Rubail Hussain 1 for 45. Taskin Ahmed was very impressive. 8 overs no maiden 3 for 42. Arafat Sunny went on to pick up a 3-wicket back. 3 for 47 was very impressive. Shakib Hassan 1 for 45. Nasir Hussain 3 overs for 20. Abul Hassan was costly 5 overs 42. Mahmudullah bowled 2 overs for 7 runs. And Bangladesh now lead the 3-match series 1-0. So Bangladesh, congratulations to them for beating Pakistan after 16 years in a one-day international. Now, the last match that I'm going to look at is in the IPL. This was a match which was played between Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. And Mumbai Indians batted first. They struggled in the initial stages with the Chennai Super Kings swarming over the Mumbai Indians by knocking the first 3 pretty quickly. Lendl Simmons was out for 5 with 1 4. Parthiv Patel, Aaron Finch is out of the Mumbai Indians team because of his injury. Parthiv Patel was out for naught. And the damage was done by Ashish Nehra in particular, and also Corey Anderson. Mumbai Indians made a change in the batting order today. They decided to promote Corey Anderson as one-drop. That really backfired, as he was claimed by Ashish Nehra for 4, and that was the time they were reeling at 12 for 3. And then Harbhajan Singh came in and Rahul Sharma at the crease. Harbhajan Singh contributed 24 of 21 balls, 2 4s and 1 6. But the stand between Rohit Sharma and Kieron Pollard was really transformed things for Mumbai, because Mumbai, as I said, they were 57 for 4 when Harbhajan Singh departed, and after that 57 for 4, and then there was really, I would say, lightning struck as far as the Mumbai Indians innings was concerned, with Kieron Pollard and Rohit Sharma really smashing. Kieron Pollard was pretty severe. They went after Ravindra Jadeja to dismiss him for a lot of runs. Kieron Pollard smashed an electrifying 64 of just 30 deliveries, 4 4s and 5 6s. Rohit Sharma spanking 50 of 31 balls with 5 fours and 1 6. Ambati Raidu tonking it towards the end with a 29 of 16, 1 4 and 3 sixes, and that was the precise reason Mumbai Indians, I thought, did well to score 183 for 7 of their 20 overs. The bowling, Ashish Nehra was absolutely on the money. Splendid bowling figures, 4 overs, no maiden, 23 runs and 3 wickets. Pandey also bowled his heart out, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 22. Mohit Sharma 1 for 43. Jadeja taken to the cleaners today. His 4 overs leaked 49 runs without a wicket. Ashwin 1 over for 13, and Bravo 4 overs, no maiden, 2 for 30, also bowled well. Chennai Super Kings, well, what a start, electric start for them from the blades of Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum. Both really went after the bowlers like what to say. They were actually went hammer and tongs at the Mumbai Indians bowlers. The pace bowlers, in fact, Lasit Malinga was really carted. Suyal was pasted. Sujit was mowed, and Suyal, Malinga, and Sujit really received some very shabby treatment. They were hit mercilessly, and Dwayne Smith and McCullum, they also targeted the spinners. Harbhajan Singh was sent over the boundary ropes for sixes, and it was looking, as I said, an electric batting display from the blades of Dwayne Smith and McCullum, as both had taken the score with their electric hitting to 109 of just 7.2 overs. So you can look at it, 51 balls, and Chennai Super Kings had raced to 109 runs in that time span. And then Harbhajan Singh was the one who dismissed both the batsmen. First he picked up the wicket of Dwayne Smith, who was out for 62 of 30 balls with 8 fours and 4 sixes. Brendan McCullum spanked 46 of 20 balls. He was out to Harbhajan for 46 of 20 balls, 6 fours and 2 sixes. And then Suresh Raina caned an unbeaten 43 of 29 balls with 4 fours and 2 sixes. But they lost. Duplessis was bowled by Malinga for 11. Dhoni was caught and bowled Pollard for 3. But Wayne Bravo was there at the end, and what he did is he made sure that Chennai Super Kings wouldn't be going the whole hog, as he finished off the match in the 17th over itself with a boundary, and he finished on an unbeaten 13 of 5 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Match over. Chennai Super Kings winning the match in the 17th over by 6 wickets, and Mumbai Indians had to pass through the ignominy of having 4 defeats on the trot now. Praveen Suyal, as I said, now look at the damage that Dwayne Smith and Brendan McCullum did to the Mumbai Indians bowlers. Suyal was 3 overs, went for 28. Malinga, 4 overs, was taken for 40 runs with 1 wicket. Sujit went for 33 of his 2. Harbhajan Singh's 4 overs for 44 and 2 wickets. Vinay Kumar, 2 overs, none for 10, none for 18, and Pollard 1.4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 26. And Ashish Nehra of Chennai Super Kings won the Man of the Match award. Well, dear fans and subscribers, this has been a very, very long YouTube broadcast, almost running into 28 minutes. But, well, I had to definitely, as I said, cricket, cricket is something which is very dear to me, so I can always wax eloquent about cricket any time of the day or night. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really ends this Cricket Happening show for today, and see you all in my next Cricket Happening show, which is tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.